This storm of colors you see on the screen right now is a desperate cry painted by one of the world's most famous artists, as he was slowly going blind. While dedicating the last 30 years of his life to these massive paintings, Claude Monet could barely see the world at all. Due to cataracts in his eyes, the colors blurred together completely. Whites turned into yellow, and blues shifted into a muddy purple. While everyone around him told him to put down the brush, he attacked this canvas almost on the brink of madness, relying solely on the colors in his memory. So, how did a man on the verge of total blindness create the most mesmerizing series in art history? It all began when Monet purchased a small house in the French village of Giverny. Monet completely transformed the marshy land here. By diverting river water with his own hands, he built a massive water garden, erected Japanese bridges over it, and adorned the pond's surface with water lilies brought from all over the world. He wasn't a conventional painter who simply went outside to draw nature. He first built the very nature he was going to paint. For him, Giverny was not just a garden, but a living, breathing, massive open-air canvas, where the light shifted at every hour of the day. Look closely at the painting. Your eyes will search for the landscape details you are used to seeing: a tree trunk, the sky, or a piece of land. But none of them are there. Monet completely shattered the traditional rules of perspective. He entirely eliminated the horizon line and the sky from the painting. What you see on the screen is merely the surface of the water, along with the clouds and tree shadows reflected upon it. The artist wanted to literally pull the viewer into the water, giving them a sense of infinity. This was a truly mind-blowing revolution for the art world of that era. The year was 1912. Monet was diagnosed with cataracts in both eyes. He was rapidly losing his ability to distinguish colors. The clear, bright blues and greens of his early periods began to be replaced by heavy reds, browns, and dark yellows caused by the thick yellow film over his eyes. Because he could not read the labels on the paint tubes, he asked his assistants to line them up in a specific order, choosing the paints by heart based solely on their position. Those wild, thick brushstrokes in this painting are, in fact, the fury of a man who could not see, yet fought desperately to pour the light within him onto the canvas. During those same years, Europe was shaken by the hell of the First World War. The sounds of battle could be heard even from Monet's studio in Giverny. While everyone else fled the village, he refused to leave, against his advancing blindness and the immense psychological devastation brought by the war. He locked himself in his studio and began painting massive water lily panels. He resisted the brutality and bloodshed of war with the immortal, serene beauty of nature. These paintings were not just pictures of flowers. They were a silent, yet monumental protest, trying to keep hope alive during humanity's darkest hour. After the war, Monet underwent a painful eye surgery. The lens in his left eye was completely removed. This surgery improved his vision, but left a very bizarre side effect. Monet could now see ultraviolet light, which is invisible to normal human eyes. When he painted the water lilies again after the operation, he covered the pond's surface with surreal, mesmerizing shades of blue and purple. This new perspective, which transcended the limits of the human eye, allowed him to entirely surpass the boundaries of Impressionism. He was no longer seeing nature as it appeared, but through the hidden color waves of the universe. Monet donated this massive water lily series, which he completed in the final stages of his life, to the French state. The very day after the end of World War I, he had only one condition. These paintings had to be exhibited in circular or oval rooms, isolated from the outside world, where the public could view them comfortably. Today, when you visit the Musée de l'Orangerie in Paris, you can see how the paintings completely surround you in those oval rooms. Monet aimed for war-weary people to come to these spaces, find peace in the infinite waters of the lilies, and rest their souls. A determination defying blindness, a vision preserved in the midst of war, and an entire infinity packed into a single water pond. With water lilies, Claude Monet showed us not just flowers, but how a human being can transcend physical limits to leave the light from the depths of their soul to the world, to continue discovering these fascinating and inspiring true stories within art with us. Don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next mystery. Stay with art.